Hey guys, welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast, your free daily guide for inner child healing and repairing the relationship with yourself. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine and is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of that reading, followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful binaural beats meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. I'm so glad that you can join us today on this journey of healing, self-expansion, and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. As a celebration of recently passing episode 500, I've opened up a free membership tier for our Patreon community. And this is so that you can access additional resources as well as join our weekly Zoom support calls for free. I understand that there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I know that so many people are really struggling. And so my hope with this is to encourage others to take up the serious work of reparenting and to offer a free community where people can do that. I'd also like to thank everyone who's been along for the journey so far. We've passed episode 550 and continuing beyond. And so this is just a reminder to you all that this is a free podcast, but if you'd like to support the project, you can purchase the Reparenting Daily Journal where you can follow us along all year. This 333-page journal gives you extra insight and resources for each week and also provides space for you to keep your notes. Another way to support the podcast is to purchase the Fairy Tales for Reparenting series, volumes 1 through 3. This collection organizes famous and obscure fairy tales from around the world into 3 phases of the hero's journey, from beginning, middle to end. While you may think that fairy tales are for kids, I'd like to challenge you. These stories contain profound truths and lessons carried down over centuries that we can use in our own reparenting journeys. It's a fun way to reconnect with your inner child. Each volume comprises 10 fairy tales. Each volume also contains an analysis section that helps you dive deeper into the message, as well as journal prompts with space for you to keep your notes. Lastly, you can also support this podcast by taking a paid Patreon subscription, by purchasing some of the books that are available on Amazon, or by donating on Buy Me a Coffee. You can find all this information on the Support Us section on the website. Thank you again for your time. And so now with these announcements out of the way, let's dive into today's practice. Today's reading is a poem, Intention, by Margaret Torrie. Just as a reminder, we're in December, and the theme for this month is reflecting and setting intentions. We're in week 4, which is December 22nd until the 31st, and the theme for this week is setting intentions for the new year. The intention. Healing is both an exercise and an understanding, and yet not of the will, nor of the intention. It is wisdom and a deeper knowledge of the daily swing of life and death in all creation. This is defeat, to overcome an acceptance of living to be established. And always there must be hope. Not hope of healing, but the hope which informs the coming moment, that gives its reason. The hope which is each man's breath. The certainty of love and of loving. Death may live in the living, and healing rise in the dying, for whom the natural end is part of the gathering, of the harvest to be expected. To know healing is to know that all life is one, and there is no beginning and no end. And the intention is loving. Thank you, and that's the reading for today. Welcome back. This poem quietly dismantles the idea that healing is something you can force, plan, or will into existence. Torrie makes it clear. Healing is not an act of control or effort. It's a form of understanding. It comes from recognizing the natural rhythm of life and death, gain and loss, rising and falling. Healing isn't separate from hardship. It grows through it. The poem asks us to stop wrestling with reality and instead listen and learn how to stand inside this awareness. Hope is redefined here as a way that's both sobering and grounding. This is not hope for healing, not a wish for things to be different, but a quieter hope that gives meaning to the next moment. It is that kind of hope that keeps breath moving through the body, even when outcomes are certain. Love, in this sense, is not emotional reassurance. It's the underlying certainty that life is still worth inhabiting, still worth engaging, even in pain. The final truth is the most expensive. Healing and death are not opposites. Healing can arise even as nothing ends, and death can live inside what continues. Nothing is outside the whole. When Torrie says the intention is loving, she's pointing to something deeper than personal intention. The idea that beneath all cycles of existence, life itself is oriented towards connection, unity, and meaning. Healing, then, is remembering that you were never separate to begin with. As we go into the journal prompts today, number 1, excuse me, where in your life are you trying to will healing instead of allowing understanding to unfold? Number 2, what does hope look like for you when it's not tied to fixing or changing anything? And number 3, how might your relationship with endings shift if you trusted that they are part of a larger wholeness? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment. day.